just survive. We were made to thrive.
We are coming to you live from Camp Hickory Hills in Dixon, Tennessee, and I am standing here with Bishop Mike Burton. And I'm going to ask you today, Bishop, if you would tell us, do you remember the day that you came to the Lord, and a little bit about your story of how you were saved?
Sure. It's sort of a process, I guess you could say. When I was 12, my mother come to me, and we were attending the Methodist church in Camden. She says, "You need to join the church." And I said, "Well, okay." And it was a 6-week course, and at the end of that 6 weeks, the minister called me and 3 other boys up and said, had us to kneel at the altar, and he sprinkled us with water and told us that we were saved and members of the church. So I didn't really feel any different, but
Right.
I knew it was important. A year or so later, we had some neighbors, Go Force, who were members of the Church of God Prophecy, and they asked us to a revival. And I knew they were fairly devout, and I thought sometimes way out there, to be honest with you. But when I went to a revival and the past minister was preaching, I'm trying to remember his name and I can't, I apologize, but I realized something. The Spirit of the Lord was moving on my life, and that I realized I need more than what I had. And
Right.
so I knew somebody there that I went to school with, and they asked me to go to the altar, and I did. And when I did, I realized right then how much I needed God.
Wow.
And I asked him to forgive me of my sins. And then I think we went home, and then I didn't go to church for 6 months. And my mother come to me one day and said, I went to the Methodist church once or twice, it just wasn't the same. And she come to me and says, well, you need to make a decision where you're going to go to church. You got to go to church somewhere. And I said, well, I want to go to the Go Force, to the Church of God Prophecy. And so I've done that ever since. And I've not always been perfect, let's say, but I realized God's done something in my life. He forgave me my sins, and I knew that He had a powerful move in my life. And that was when I was like 14 years old.
Wow.
So I was very grateful and thankful for that.
Amen. Thank you so
You're
much
welcome.
for sharing with us today. What a blessing. And I'm genuinely